そんなに遊びたいの？しょうがないな。じゃあ、やろうか。
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things to watch next if you loved Squid Game.
Actually, I think we should at least consider it.
For this list, we're looking at film and television that explores similar themes, ideas, and scenarios, or that's populated by similar characters as Netflix's surprise smash hit. We are in full survivor mode here, so just to be safe, the spoiler warning is going up. What's out there that you think Squid Game lovers will be raving about next? Enlighten us in the comments. Number 10. The Platform.
Yo escogí un libro, pero no sé qué escogió usted. Obvio. El Samurai Blues.
This Spanish sci-fi horror series explores the depths that people will sink to in desperate circumstances. The Platform follows Goreng, a man who's volunteered to be incarcerated in exchange for a diploma. Residents of the prison are assigned to different levels, and unseen administrators lower food from above on the titular platform.
Fíjese qué milagro que nadie ha tocado los caracoles.
But the lower floors receive only what the higher floors leave as leftovers, rapidly creating scarcity. Starvation drives the unfortunates below to murder and madness. Like Squid Game, the Platform dares to ask how far humans will go to survive in a system that denies them equality. The results are fascinatingly horrifying. Number 9. Kingdom. Set during medieval times, this South Korean series is a veritable Frankenstein of war drama, political thriller, and apocalyptic horror. The story focuses on a nation recovering from war, a prince whose claim to the throne is by no means assured, and a recently deceased king who happens to become a monster at night. As if that wasn't trouble enough, the kingdom is beset by a plague that resurrects the nation's dead as flesh-eating zombies. If genre-bending tales brave enough to think outside the box are your thing, check this one out. Number 8. Detention.
陈文亮、刘云香，是不是你们？
Squid Game raises crucial questions about government and the power of the individual voice. The Taiwanese supernatural horror drama Detention offers a deeper dive into the perils of authoritarian rule. Based on a video game, it explores a period of martial law in Taiwan's history known as the White Terror.
你们在我背后做什么事情，我都知道。不要以为你们藏得住。
When a young transfer student stumbles upon a restless spirit in her new school, the specter unveils the institution's dark secrets. In previous decades, students and teachers were persecuted for rebelling against censorship. What unfolds is a terrifying tale, ideal for horror lovers, about the costs of challenging the powers that be.
刘云香，接下来换你帮我。
Number 7. 3%. Called Brazil's Hunger Games by one critic, 3% may seem conceptually familiar. However, just like Squid Game, 3% shows that just because a story idea isn't new, doesn't mean it can't feel fresh and thrilling.
Mas não tem muito o que fazer não, galera.
Pode até ser justo, mas triste, né?
In a dark future, members from the Inland, a destitute region steeped in poverty, compete in The Process, grueling trials that only 3% of participants survive. Those who do will be granted life in a more favorable land, called offshore.
É que ninguém sabe exatamente como que é o lado de lá, né? Tipo, se é lugar cheio de planta, ou se é no meio da natureza, assim.
O lado de lá é tecnológico, se não precisar ter planta, não vai ter planta.
The series is compelling because it develops intricate characters that we get to know and in whose fates we invest. Excellent writing and acting breathe life into a premise that otherwise might feel stale.
Crê no processo e, acima de tudo, crê em cada de vocês.
Number 6. Dead Set. Before he taught us to fear our iPhones, Black Mirror creator Charlie Brooker tackled reality TV and zombies. A fictionalized production of Big Brother comes to a staggering halt when the staff and talent find themselves amidst an invasion of undead.
Who are they?
Walls that once housed a televised popularity contest suddenly become a stronghold against the end of days. And the scenario becomes just as offbeat and entertaining as it is terrifying. It's a roller coaster rush thanks to the tone's rapid shift from funny to scary to touching and back again.
You know what? I'm just trying to get my head around this whole end of the world thing, right? It's not my usual environment, so...
Well, the sooner you come to terms with it, the more chance you've got of surviving.
Dead Set expertly walks a thin line between humor, gore, and tragedy, making it one hell of a ride. Number 5. Sweet Home. Once again, we find ourselves in an ordinary setting that's transformed into a fortress, separating humans from monsters. A group of survivors cling together in an apartment complex, as the world around them becomes filled with deformed aberrations.
글쎄요. 세상이 드디어 멸망이라도 하려나 보죠.
Like others on this list, South Korea's apocalyptic horror series Sweet Home uses its dark premise as a vehicle for characters with rich and tortuous backstories. As we explore their pasts, we're forced to wonder just how close to monsters they were themselves. Like Squid Game, it's a story where how characters choose to survive is just as important as whether or not they make it to the end.
도망가.
Number 4. Battle Royale. This Japanese action thriller spawned an entire subgenre.
人生はゲームです。みんな必死になって戦って生き残る価値のある大人になりましょう。
The arenas in Battle Royale stories change, but the rules remain more or less the same. Players must kill each other until only one victor remains. In director Kinji Fukasaku's masterpiece, the Japanese government strands a class of school kids on an island, with instructions that they have 3 days to brawl to the death. The cult classic generated instant controversy for its violence and brutality. But it's this bloody mayhem that thrilled viewers, and made it one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite movies ever.
If there is any movie that has been made since I've been making movies that I wish I had made, it's that one.
It remains a quintessential depiction of survival of the fittest, stripped down to its barest parameters: kill or be killed. Number 3. Danganronpa the Animation.
Question. Did you happen to wake up in a classroom by yourself?
I did. No idea how I got there.
That's what I thought.
If you were forced to survive all the scenarios on our list so far, this could be the final boss. This 13-episode anime is based on the 2010 video game Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. The setup: 16 students are trapped inside a high school where a creepy anthropomorphic bear gives them instructions.
I am the principal of this illustrious institution, Monokuma! Pleased to meet ya.
To escape, each pupil must not only kill a fellow classmate, but also avoid a guilty conviction when put on trial.
Come on, guys, I acted in self-defense. Special circumstances. I'm not really a murderer.
This premise elevates the challenge to a new, even more sinister level. The teens must not only murder their peers, but also manipulate their way to freedom. It's a test that requires brutal violence, but also cruel cunning.
Look on the bright side. I'm letting you get away with murder, for reals. So stop whining and start plotting.
Number 2. Dark. It's been called Germany's answer to Stranger Things, but it's so much more. Dark is a brooding science fiction thriller packed with mystery, murder, and mind-bending concepts. Set in a small town, it follows interconnected families whose lives are scrambled thanks to a wormhole in the woods. The characters each have secrets rooted in their past, which slowly come to the surface.
Erzähl von damals. Sag ihm, wie ihre Mutter wirklich ist.
With its intertwining narratives, Dark expects a lot from audiences, but it is a commitment that's well worthwhile.
Die meisten Menschen sind nur Bauern auf einem Schachbrett. Geführt von fremder Hand. Die leben nur dazu da, geopfert zu werden für ein höheres Ziel.
While the events that ensue are far from games, fans of Squid Game should check it out for its unique premise, idea-driven sci-fi, and amazing character development. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. The Hunger Games series. We volunteer as tribute to watch these films a few more times.
Happy Hunger Games, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
Cube. Strangers wake up in a cube with death traps in every room.
Look around. Take a good long look-see. But I got a feeling it's looking at us.
Reality Z. Brazil's version of Dead Set. As the Gods Will. A supernatural game of life and death in a Japanese high school. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Alice in Borderland. If you loved Squid Game, make this Japanese sci-fi thriller your next watch.
一度ボーダーラインを越えたらもう出られない。ゲームに参加するしかない。
Alice in Borderland follows Arisu and his allies as they attempt to survive deadly games in a mysteriously abandoned Tokyo. With nail-biting suspense, shocking twists, and unexpected alliances, the popular series shares many elements with its South Korean cousin. Also similar is the way competitors must rely on their wits to decode puzzles and formulate strategies.
ドアを閉めよう。え?
The debate over which show is better has passionate fans on both sides. Think classic debates like John versus Paul, Kirk versus Picard, Pepsi versus Coke. You get the idea. You know what, though? We're happy to love both. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.